So how does the discovery process work? Well, the idea is that we're going to get basically nodes to one at a time inside a region using this verified partitioning, just saying, hello, I'm here. They're going to say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, one at a time. And it's going to allow nodes to receive a message and know, according to a certain schedule, where the other nodes are located. And using this technique, this is the first step, it's possible to discover the location of all these nodes that are inside the white area. However, it's not possible to discover the location of these nodes in the gray area because they're just being too loud and all we hear is noise. They're just screaming in our ears. Okay? Now, mind you, these sensors, they're not as smart as we are. They can't detect if someone is screaming in their ears. Okay, so they just hear noise. So in the second step, and this is mainly the challenge here, we want to discover those nodes that are close by. And it's very difficult to detect something that you cannot hear. So how is it that you can detect something that you cannot hear? Imagine you're in the office and you have a colleague who is sitting right next to you screaming, and the other colleague is within hearing distance of you. Imagine that this colleague that is within hearing distance of you is talking, and you know that if somebody is screaming next to you, you won't hear a thing that he's saying. He's going to be blocking the message coming from this person who can hear. So we are using this type of collision causing scheme to detect the presence of someone who is close to you. This is how we detect those nodes that are located close by, basically by causing these collisions that prevent us from hearing something. All right, so this whole discovery process for networks of nodes inside a plane takes a pretty long time, something in the order of 1 over alpha to the 4, alpha being the dimension, the physical dimension of these nodes. And now what we wish to do is we wish to minimize the time that is necessary to send the message to all nodes inside the network. So what we want to do is we want to be able to pick a few nodes inside each region that will send the message, and we call them spokesmen. So instead of having all nodes transmit the information, we just pick a small selection of them and have them transmit the message. Now that's a very important technique that we're using right here, because if all nodes transmit the message, then it's going to take a very long time. And we don't want all the nodes stuck, because then it's going to be a lengthy process. There could be many nodes. But inside a single region here, if we get an envelope of nodes to send the messages to other regions, then it's going to be enough within confined vicinity, such that all the nodes that are neighbors of these nodes receive the message, which will make the message transmission process correct. Okay. So this is done using mathematical calculations, using geometric arguments, and whatnot. So the message transmission using this type of idea is done by scheduling calls between these blocks. This second partition. So inside the regions, each block takes turns with transmitting the message, and each region, this happens in each region in parallel. And this is the collision avoidance scheme. All right, so that's the idea behind the transmission algorithm. And this happens just by getting here a restricted set of nodes to transmit the message. All right. Now, what we succeeded in doing by doing this is an algorithm that works in, actually this is the highest performance algorithm known for this type of problem so far. But it would be interesting to know if it's possible to get a faster algorithm, because it's known, it's known networks that do not have this swamping problem that it's possible to transmit in time the square root of g, which is much faster than this. So it's an interesting question, you know, with this swamping problem, is it possible to do this broadcast process any faster? And this remains quite a large open problem. All right, so that was the talk for today. So this is a small view in the brain of a researcher who uses a whole lot of mathematics to solve computer science related problems. Thank you very much.